Welcome to The Explainer. You know, if you've ever felt like you're falling behind in the whole AI race, or that all the good tech education is locked behind some expensive paywall, then this one is definitely for you. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on AI education and show you a really powerful, proven, and completely free way to get started.
All right, let's just kick things off with a number that really tells the story here. 1,450%. That is how much searches for AI courses have absolutely exploded over the last 5 years. And look, this isn't just some passing trend. It is a huge global demand for new skills, from marketers trying to figure out automation to developers building the next big thing.
So, with all that demand, where is everybody going to learn? Well, it's given rise to this whole new kind of digital university, right? No lecture halls, no tuition fees, and one of its biggest, most exciting campuses is a place you might not expect at all: GitHub.
Yep, that's right. Tech giants, especially Microsoft, are really leading this charge. They're dropping entire university-level curriculums online. We're talking 12-week, 24-lesson deep dives into everything from the basics of AI to machine learning and generative AI. And the best part? It's all just there for anyone, anytime, for free.
And you can actually see just how big of a deal this is. Microsoft's Generative AI for Beginners course, it's got over 104,000 stars on GitHub. Now, in the developer world, getting a star isn't just a like. It's like a massive 5-star review, a huge vote of confidence from a global community of people who really know their stuff.
And it's not just a one-hit wonder. Check this out. Their machine learning course has almost 82,000 stars. The foundational AI course, over 44,000. This is basically a whole library of knowledge that's been trusted and given the thumbs up by tens of thousands of learners all over the world.
Okay, so if this is a free, world-class university, why isn't everybody signing up? Well, there's a catch. Let's talk about the first big hurdle, the thing that kind of gives a lot of people a headache right at the start. And this really is the critical question, isn't it? All this amazing stuff is out there, but what happens when you show up for your first day of class and you don't even know how to find the right room? This quote, this is from a real person on Reddit who was trying to start one of these Microsoft courses, and it just captures that feeling perfectly. That sense of being totally overwhelmed before you've even written a single line of code. And trust me, if you've felt that, you are not alone.
So that feeling is completely valid. Here's the thing. GitHub wasn't built to be a classroom. It was built as this powerful, professional tool for teams of developers to build software together. And that means it has its own language, its own rules, and a pretty steep learning curve if you're new to it all.
Now, it's really easy to see that initial headache as a bug, right? A reason to just give up and find something easier. But what if that struggle is actually a hidden feature? What if it's part of the whole point?
So, some research from the University of Victoria talks about this really cool idea called contributing student pedagogy. The best way to think about it is like a study group on steroids. The core idea is that we learn best when we're not just taking in information, but when we're actively helping others and letting them help us. It's a two-way street.
And this is exactly where learning on GitHub just completely changes the game. See, a traditional course is like a locked box. Your work is private, only the instructor sees it. But GitHub, it's more like a bustling, open-air market of ideas. Everything is collaborative and public right from the start. It is a fundamentally different way to approach learning.
The research shows that when you push through that initial confusion, the payoff is huge. You're not just learning about AI in theory. You're learning the actual tools and workflows that professionals use every single day. You're building a public portfolio that employers can actually see. You're breaking out of that walled garden of the classroom and into a real community.
Okay, so we get the why. We know the struggle is worth it. But where on earth do you actually begin? So let's lay out a simple little roadmap to help you start your own journey.
So your starting point really just depends on your goal. If you're in marketing, something like SEMrush's AI Visibility Essentials is a great practical place to start. If you're not a techie but you just want to understand what's going on, Andrew Ng's Generative AI for Everyone is fantastic. Want to be more productive? Google's AI Essentials is perfect. And if you're an aspiring developer who's ready to get your hands dirty with code, then Microsoft's AI for Beginners is where you want to be.
But here is the most important piece of advice I can give you. Just pick one. Don't try to do them all at once. Choose the path that really fits you and then give yourself permission to be a total beginner. Embrace that learning curve for both the AI stuff and the platform itself. That initial investment of time and effort, I promise you, it will pay off big time.
So when you step back and look at this massive shift towards open, collaborative learning on platforms like GitHub, what does it really mean for the future of education?
What we're seeing here is a fundamental change. The walls of the traditional classroom are kind of just crumbling down. We're moving away from these closed systems where knowledge is just handed down from on high, and we're moving toward these open, living ecosystems where learning is a collaborative thing that anyone can join in on.
And that really leaves us with this one last thought to chew on. Is it possible that the future of learning, especially for something as fast-moving as AI, has less to do with a classroom, digital or otherwise, and everything to do with the community? Maybe the most valuable education isn't about what you're taught, but what you build and what you share together?